ಮ್ಯಾಮ್ ಅದನ್ನ ಚೇಂಜ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕಂದ್ರೆ ಮತ್ತೆ ಅಪ್ಲಿಕೇಶನ್ ರೀಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕು ಮ್ಯಾಮ್.
ಅಪ್ಲಿಕೇಶನ್ ರೀಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದೆ ನಾನು, ಈಗ ತೋರಿಸ್ತೀನಿ ನೋಡು. ಈ ತರ ಬರ್ತಾ ಇದೆ. ನಾನು ಚೇಂಜ್ ಮಾಡಿದೆ. ಜಸ್ಟ್ ಕ್ಲೋಸ್ ಇಟ್. ನೀನು ಕ್ಲೋಸ್ ಮಾಡಂತ ಇದೆಯಲ್ಲ, ಸೊ ಐ ಕ್ಲೋಸ್ಡ್ ಇಟ್. ಕಾಣಿಸ್ತಾ ಇದೆಯಲ್ಲ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ನಾನು ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇರೋದು? ಹಾ, ಇದು ಓಕೆನಾ?
ಎಸ್ ಮ್ಯಾಮ್.
ಹಾ ಮ್ಯಾಮ್, ಇದು ಕಾಣಿಸ್ತದೆ.
Able to see, no, this color, or shall I change it? White irliಲ್ಲ ಅಲ್ಲಿ color.
Ma'am, by installing for us getting errors, ma'am.
ಏನ್ ಎರರ್ಸ್ ಬರ್ತಾ ಇದೆ?
For installation.
ಹೌದಾ?
ಲಾಸ್ಟ್ ಎಸ್ ಮ್ಯಾಮ್ 90% ಆಗ್ತಿದೆ, 10% ಅದು ಪೆಂಡಿಂಗ್ ಅಂತ ಬರ್ತಿದೆ, ಎರರ್ ಅಂತ ಬರ್ತಿದೆ.
ಮ್ಯಾಮ್ ಸೆಂಟರ್ ಒನ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಮ್ಯಾಮ್. ಅದು ಸೆಂಟರ್ ಒನ್.
ಯಾವ್ದಪ್ಪ ಇದಾ?
ಅದು
ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿದ್ಯಾ? ಕಾಣಿಸುತ್ತಾ?
ಹಾ ಮ್ಯಾಮ್.
ಇದು ಓಕೆನಾ?
ಹಾ ಮ್ಯಾಮ್, ಇದು
Ma'am, like here only we are getting error.
ಇಲ್ಲಿಯಾ?
It's ma'am, like if you enter username system and it's getting error. The setup is the setup is wrong. Like setup ಮಾಡುವಾಗ ಅದು wrong instructions ಅಂತ, ಅಂದ್ರೆ like 90% ಆಗ್ತಿದೆ.
ಹೌದಾ?
ಲಾಸ್ಟ್ 10% ಎರರ್ ಬರ್ತದೆ, ಮೋಸ್ಟ್ ಆಫ್ ದೆಮ್ ಮ್ಯಾಮ್.
ಮಿಕ್ಕಿ ಇರೋರ್ಗೆ ಯಾರಿಗಾದ್ರೂ ಆಗಿದೆ? ಅರ್ಜುನ್ ಆಗಿದ್ಯಾ ನಿಂಗೆ?
ನನಗೂ ಆಗಿದೆ ಮ್ಯಾಮ್ ಆ ತರ.
ಒರಾಕಲ್ 10G ನಾ?
ಯಾ ಮ್ಯಾಮ್, 4 ವರ್ಷದಿಂದ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಿದ್ದೀನಿ, ಅದೇ ಇದೆ ಮ್ಯಾಮ್ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ.
ಹೌದಾ? ಬೇರೆಯವ್ರು ಯಾರಿಗೆ ನಾನು ಕಳ್ಸಿದ್ರನ್ನ ಯಾರು ಹಾಕಿದ್ದೀರಾ?
ನನಗೂ ಹಂಗೆ ಆಗಿದೆ ಮ್ಯಾಮ್.
I'm like forbidden error ಅಂತ ತೋರಿಸ್ತಾ ಇದೆ.
ಇಲ್ಲ, ಒಂದ್ ನಿಮಿಷ, ಯಾರೋ ಆಗಿದೆ ನೋಡಿ, ಯಾರೋ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರು. ಹಾ, someone told initially ಹಂಗಾಯ್ತು, ಆಮೇಲೆ
ಮೇಡಮ್ ಆಗಿದೆ.
ಶ್ರೀನಿಧಿ ಆಗಿದ್ಯಾ? ಏನ್ ಪ್ರೊಸೀಜರ್ ಹೇಳಪ್ಪ, ಅವ್ರಿಗೊಂಚೂರು ಹೇಳ್ಬಿಡ, ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ಏನ್ ಬರ್ತಾ ಇಲ್ಲ.
ಮ್ಯಾಮ್ ಅದೇ ಪ್ರೊಸೀಜರ್ ಫಾಲೋ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೆ ಮ್ಯಾಮ್, ಅದು ಆಗ್ಲಿಲ್ಲ. ಎಷ್ಟೊಂದ್ ಜನ ಒಂದೊಂದು ಸಿಸ್ಟಮ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ, ಒಂದೊಂದಲ್ಲಿ ಆಗಲ್ಲ. 10G ಹಾಕೊಳಕ್ ಹೇಳಿ ಮ್ಯಾಮ್ ಬೆಸ್ಟ್.
ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಬರ್ಲಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ನೆಟ್ ಇಂದ 10G ಹಾಕೊಂಬಿಡಿ.
ಓಕೆ ಮ್ಯಾಮ್.
ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ ಐ ಥಿಂಕ್ ದಿಸ್ ಇಸ್ ವಿಸಿಬಲ್ ಟು ಯು ಪೀಪಲ್. ಇದು ಕಾಣಿಸ್ತಾ ಇದೆಯಲ್ಲ ಎಲ್ರಿಗೂ? ಕಾಣಿಸ್ತಾ ಇದೆಯಾ? ಬ್ಲಾಕ್ ಸ್ಕ್ರೀನ್ ಕಿನ್ನ ಇದು ಬೆಟರ್ ಅನ್ಸುತ್ತೆ.
ಎಸ್ ಮ್ಯಾಮ್.
Okay, so in the last class we have seen about the first program. Okay, we started creating this. So what was the first one? We have to create a table, a database where you have these many tables, that is branch, student, book, author and borrower. So the last lab we have done with this, that is branch, and you can see there bold color one, it represents that column should be a primary key. So here in this branch table we have created branch ID. A student alli USN is a primary key, and book table book ID is a primary key. Author table author ID is primary key. Borrower, though it is highlighted, but this is not the primary key, but it is a reference key. That's what we have seen, and these were the queries what we have to do. Save agilva idu. Just check once that here it is saved. One. Open today. Yesterday I copied in this, but it is not saved properly. Okay. So in the last class, we have seen about program 1. What did we do in the program 1? We have started with creating the branch, student, book, author and borrower. And we have started creating the okay. So, and we have created all these and we have seen this. So once let me execute all them. So what was the first one? DESC. But the first table name, first table name was branch. The first table name branch, BRANCH. So this was a table. And what was the other table? So the other table was student. So describe student. And one more table we have created, describe book. Carefully give a proper syntax. If you give improper syntax, it will give you an error. So we describe author. Then we have done with describe borrower. So describe borrower. This we have done. Yes, we have created. Then we have to see what data we have inserted in the last lab. So for that, what is a command? We have to use select star from branch. What is this command? Select star from branch. What this command is doing? This command will select whatever columns, whatever rows are there in branch table. It will fetch all the values from that table. So in the branch table, what we have? So we have around 10 rows. So that's what here, 10 rows selected. Similarly, select star from student. So here we have 8 rows. So in the same way, select star from book. So this also has some rows. So in the same way, select star from author. Okay. So next one, select star from borrower. So these many tables we have created. So now what is the first thing it says to us? This is our first, all tables are there. So what was the first table? So we have just today started with describe branch. So in branch, so branch ID, that's what primary key, branch name and HOD. In student, USN, name, address, SEM, branch ID. And in book, book ID, book name, author 1, publisher, branch 2. So rest author, author ID, author name, country, age. Then borrower, USN, book ID and borrower date. And we have inserted all these in the tables, respective tables. In branch, what are the values we have inserted? We have inserted around 10 rows, branch name and HOD. In the same way, students, these are the students which we have inserted in the last lab. And the book also we have inserted, author also we have inserted, and borrower. So these are the things which we have done in the last lab. So now, what was the first query we have? First query. What's the first query says to us? List the details of students who are studying in second sem MCA. So how do you do? What is the query? List the details of students who are studying in second sem MCA. Which table we have to take? Which table we have to take? List the details of students who are studying in second sem MCA. So how many tables we have to take? List details of students. Okay, we have student table. In student table, what do we have? In student table, what we have? In student table, we have USN, name, address, semester and branch. But here, I want to know which, who are all studying in second sem MCA. So MCA, where do we have? The course table. So course table, Is that the course table or a branch table, right? Here we have named it as branch table. In branch, which branch? MCA. Students who are all studying in MCA branch and who are studying in which semester? Which semester they should? Second sem. Those student names I want. So for that, what we have to write? How should we write a query for that? First, we have to select student table, then branch table, and we have to select the students who are studying in second semester. So for this, what we do? One more thing. Can I increase the font size? Font size increase ಮಾಡಬಹುದಾ ಇದರದು?
ಎಸ್ ಮ್ಯಾಮ್ ಮಾಡಬಹುದು.
ಮಾಡಬಹುದಲ್ಲ? ಓಕೆ. ಕಾಣಿಸ್ತಾ ಇದೆಯಾ?
ಎಸ್ ಮ್ಯಾಮ್.
ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಚೂರು ಮಾಡಲಾ? ಏನಾಯ್ತು ಗೊತ್ತಿಲ್ಲ. ಮತ್ತೆ ರೀರನ್ ಮಾಡೋಣ. ಬಿಫೋರ್ ದಟ್ ಇನ್ನು ಕಾಣಿಸ್ತಾ ಇದೆಯಾ ನಿಮಗೆಲ್ಲ? ಇನ್ನು ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ದೊಡ್ಡದು ಮಾಡಲಾ? Able to see everyone, or should I make it big, little bit bigger? Properties, font 36. If I do 36, I think that will be okay. 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 So now what did they ask? What is the first query? Select the student names who are studying in second semester. Which branch? MCA. So that's the reason you can see select. What I want? Student details. So in student details, what student details I'll get? USN I'll get name, address, SEM, branch name. Yes. So branch name is there in your which table? So in which table do you have branch name? Branch table. Branch table. Where is your branch table? In branch table you'll get a branch where they are studying. And in student table, all these details I have: USN, name, address, semester. And I have to link this branch ID. Yes. So linking this branch ID and this branch ID, and see to that who are all second semester. I want students who are all second semester and they belong to MCA. So in this case, B1 is a branch ID for MCA. Yes. Branch ID for MCA is B1. Here B1 who are all, where is their B1? Here. B1 is here. So is second semester. What is the result we are expecting? I should get Asha, USN 01, Asha, Bangalore 2 and B1. Yes or no? Is that matching? That's what you can see here. This is what the result is. Select S.USN, S.name. So what is this? S stands for here? Here at the end we have told student table, you take it as alias. Alias means what? Instead of writing complete student, I am making it as a small, that is as. Yes. So in the same way, instead of writing complete branch table, I will make it as B. So that's the reason you can see S.USN, S.name, S.address, S.sem, then B.branch. So wherever the columns in student, I am taking it as a S. USN is present in a student table, name is present in a student table, address is present in a student table, semester is present in a student's table. Branch name is present in a branch table, that's the reason B. From which tables we have to fetch? We have to fetch from student, we have to fetch from branch, where is not visible. So where, so here W is there, here half it is there. Where S.branch ID. Yes, how should I combine these two tables? Now I have to take values from two tables, from branch table and from student table. Because I want all students who are studying in second semester MCA. Then what I have to match? Branch. Branch ID for MCA, what did we give? We gave B1 as MCA. B1 is a branch ID which is present in student as well as in a branch. So first these two should be matched. So now B1 who is there? So you can see, you have to analyze like this. The queries, whatever is given, see here in this case, B1. First you see for MCA, what is a branch? Branch ID, B1. Branch name is MCA. So only that's what the query they have asked, MCA, B1. So now compare with this second student table, B1, where all the B1 is there, only one student is there with B1. So what is that? Asha. That's what we are fetching here, comparing that here. So that's what you can see. Branch S dot branch ID. S is from student, B is from branch. If these two are matching, and is what operator? It should match, means it should satisfy both, that is branch ID as well as branch name. What is the thing I want now? In the query they have told MCA. So that's the reason in this code you can give MCA. If they would have asked something else branch, what we have to do? Go back, see in your table. So what are the branch? So in your table we have MCA, MBA, BE, Civil, CS. So based on this you can change. But in the query they've asked us as a MCA. So that's the reason you can fetch like this. MCA. And what they have told? Student who is studying in second semester. Maybe the branch in MCA not only second semester, we have 4th semester, we have 6th semester, we may have 1, 3. But I want only student who is studying in second semester. That's what S dot sem equals to 2. So this is a query which will satisfy. If I execute this query, what is the result I am getting? I am getting Asha. Clear about this? Any doubt you can ask me. If you are not able to understand, you can ask me right now because this is a query. Yes. So this is the first query. What it says? Select what they have told. Select the student details. In student table, what are the details we have in student table? We have USN, name, address, semester, and branch ID we have. But here, because they told us in the query branch name, so that's the reason we are taking it as a branch name. And from which two tables we want all these values? From student and branch. And what we are matching, branch ID should be same in student as well as in branch. So those two you compare. Along with that, which branch it should be? It should be MCA. Which semester it should be? It should be in a second semester. So this is what the result for your first query. Okay, next query. Next query. So list the students who are not borrowed any books. So in your library, you have not borrowed any books is the thing. So what do you understand by this? What is the query says to you? Select, list the students who are not borrowed any books. Means student who have not borrowed any books, they want. So then what we do? From which tables we take? Select who have not borrowed. So from this table, we have a table called as a borrow. So in this table, we have to fetch those data. And what else they wanted? List the students. I want to list the students who are not borrowed any books. What list of students? What I'll get from a student list? Same thing. In the last time also, in the student tables, in this student table, these things they are asking to fetch. So in the students table, you may fetch USN, name, address, or whatever these details you want, you can fetch. But which students they want? Student not borrowed any books. How will you do? Now, which table first I have to consider? I have to consider student. Then which is the next table I have to consider? Borrow. Yes, how do we fetch this? Is there any link between student and borrower? In student table, we have USN, name, address, SEM, and branch ID. Then come to borrower table. In borrower table, what is there? USN, book ID, and borrower date. So here we have a USN. So how do we write a query for this? We write something like this. Select USN name from student, where USN in select USN from student table, select a USN from a student table minus a distinct rows from a thing. So this is what you will get. So the student who have not borrowed any books is student S07 and S08. These two are the students who are not. If you are not able to understand anything, then what you can do is you can just start fetching half it. So now let me select only this one. What I'll get from here? Select student. What is this? Select distinct USN from borrower. What is the answer you may get here? What is the answer you may get here? These are the unique things you are selecting. After that, what we can do, I will select these two. Now, select this. Why parenthesis somewhere it is missing? Okay. Extra parenthesis is required. You should be careful enough while giving the parenthesis. Okay. So if you use this, that's what S07 and S08 I am getting. What is this? These students have not borrowed any books from the borrower table. And for this, what data we want? What data we want? We want USN, details of students, that is USN name. Even you can add address, everything. But they have just told list the students who are not borrowed any books. That's the reason this is what we will be getting. It's fine. Anything? So here in this query, select USN name from student where USN should be present in this complete query. So what we are doing? Select USN from student. If you select USN from the student, you'll select all USNs you'll get minus which is not there in borrower, right? Yes or no? What is the query? They say which is not borrowed. First select the student USN, select the borrower table and minus with this. Then you'll get the students who are not borrowed. Then display those students' name. Here I have just displayed only USN and name. If you want, you can even add what are the columns present in student table. Yes, clear? So that's about your second query. Okay. So next query, what it says, display the USN, student name, branch name, book name, author name, book borrowed, books borrowed, date of second sem MCA students who borrowed the books. So what details we want? You can see display USN. You have to display what? You have to display USN, student name, branch name, book name, author name and book borrowed date. Which date you have borrowed? What should be there in that? MCA student who have borrowed and they should be second semester. These details they want. So for that reason, what we do? So here you can see select distinct. What they want? USN, name, branch name, book name, author name, and borrower date. These things they have asked in the query. What details they want? They want us to display USN, name, branch name, book name, author name, borrower date. These details we want. And what else they want? What is a sub-query they have told? A student should be MCA student and student should be in second semester. Yes or no? So that in that case, how many tables we want? Student, USN and name we'll get from student table, branch from branch table. But let us see, is there anywhere else the branch table? Let us see. That book name we'll get from book table. Author name, from where we'll get? We have an author table, so we'll get. Then borrower date from which table? Borrow date. So in that case, student S. So what is the student S says to is alias, means other name. Instead of writing completely student.usn, student.name, branch name, like instead of writing that, we are giving a short form. That's the reason initially you can say s.usn, s.name. That's the thing here. Student S, book B, author A. All these tables we have already. Student table we have, for that we have giving a short name as S. Book table we have already and we are giving that for B. This is only for this query. We are not changing the table names. Only for this query, to make it simpler, we are giving. Then author A, borrower BO. Why? Because we would have given B, but again there will be conflicts because already we have taken book B. So that's the reason BO we have taken. And there is no restrictions that you have to take S, B, A, anything. You can give any name, but it should be different. So branch BR, where USN should be present in student table, and where else we have, in which tables do we have students USN? Let us go back. So it is your student USN is in borrower table, author table we don't have, book table we don't have, student table S. So in student table we have USN that should match with the borrower table. So that's what here, this is what you can see here. So in this case, so what we are doing, USN from a student table should be same as borrower table USN, and branch ID. In the first query also we have seen branch ID in student and branch ID in branch should be same. And they've told they should be studying in second sem MCA. That's the reason sem will, where you'll get the sem in student table. That's the reason S dot sem equals to 2. And also they've told it should be MCA student. Then branch name equals to MCA. So this is the query. Then what is the result you may expect from this? What is the result? You have to identify. So I should get a column USN. I should get a student name. I should get a branch. Your branch should be MCA. Then book name, which book he has borrowed, what is the author, and which date he has borrowed. So this is what here you'll get. Yes. So this is 192. What it will do? See, so many students, that is Asha has borrowed so many books. So like this we have combination of all these. Okay, so this is about your second query. So though we have, why did we give distinct? Distinct means only single. We don't want repetition. That's the reason it is called as a distinct. What is this happening? Where it is going? So this is about this query. So next, come back. What is the fourth query says to us? Fourth query says display the number of books written by each author. So what? Who has written? Any author has written how many books? That's what it means here. Display the number of books written by each author. So now, what is the query? So each author, go to author table. I should have executed this query at the end because it is taking too much space. Or else what I'll do, I'll just give select tables. One second, because after executing that query, all my data tables are behind. Okay, so this is what. So before that, select star from student. Select star from, what's the second table we have? What's the second table name? Second table name is student. We have taken branch. What is the next table? Can anyone help me out?
Book.
Select star from book. Yeah. Which is one more table? Select star from
Author.
author. Okay, one more. That's it. All tables we have done. Author, book, branch, student. One more table is there. Borrower table. Select star from borrower. B-R-R-O-W, right? Spellings you have to see. Yes. So now let me execute this query. Okay. So in this case, what was the query they have told? They want to display all the author IDs who has written the books. So from which table we have to fetch? We have a table called as a author. In author, what we have? Author ID, we have author name, country and age. So what is the query they have told? Display the number of books written by each author. So each author would have written so many books. So those details we want to display here. That's the reason a.author ID count, because what did they say? Count number of books written, because we want number. So when we say number means what? Counting, right? So 1, 2, 3, 4. That's the reason we have an inbuilt function called as a count. So count is an inbuilt function. But in that count, what I am counting? Book IDs. So in this case, you can see how many book IDs I have. One particular author written for how many books. So that's the reason I'll get a count. From which tables I am taking? I am taking from a book as well as author, because the author has written some books. Yes. How many books the author has written? So I'll get a count. That is count book ID. So book ID means how many book IDs the author has written. Where, so you can see what is the relationship between author and book. So in a book, what we have? Book ID, book name, author ID, publisher and branch ID we have. So in author ID, in author table, author ID, author name, country and branch. So how should I link these two tables? Do we have any linking column? Yes, we have a author ID here in author. Book also we have author ID. So that's the reason we will get a where b.author ID from which table? From B means what? Book table. And a.author ID. A is what? Author table. And group all of them by a author ID. So I should group. Means what? Based on the count, I have to group all the books where that particular author ID have written those books. So in that case, so this is what the author 1, A1 has written one book, author 3 has written one book, author 4 has written 3 books, author 2 has written 2 books, author 5 has written 1 book. So this is what the fifth query says to us. Sorry, fourth query. So next we move on to a fifth query. Display the student details who borrowed more than 2 books. So now you go for a library and you borrow. How many books are allowed in your library right now? I think 3 or 4 books. So I want to know those students' name who have borrowed more than 2 books. Maybe one student have borrowed only 1 book. I don't want his name. I want students who have borrowed more than 2 books. In that case, how many tables I have to have a look? First student table I want, because what is the query they have told? Display the students. So now I want student table details who are borrowed. So I want borrowed table more than 2 books. Then which table again I want? Book table. By just seeing the query only, you should get an idea how many tables I want for this query to execute. So now how many queries we want? Student table I want, borrow table I want, book table I want. So that's what here you can see. Select USN, then count, because why do we want a count? More than 2. So the student who has taken more than 2 tables, more than 2 books. That's what here. This more than 2 books will say us how many, because I want no. If one student has taken only 1 book, I don't want that student name. I want student who have taken more than 2 books. That's the reason here count. From which table? That's what I told, student table, borrower table and book table. So seeing your query question only, you should be in a position saying that how many tables I have to consider for this query. Yes, where again you see these three tables we have taken. Do we have any link between these three tables? You have to see. So what is there in the student table? How many columns we have in the student table? Go back. See here USN, name, address, SEM and branch ID in student table. Then which table else I want? So you see which are the three tables we want for this query to get executed. I want student, borrow and book. So in a borrow table, student name is there and book ID. So then I can link student and borrow table. Then coming to book table, how should I link book 1? So book ID is there. Can I again link with borrow table? Yes. So student I have USN in a student table. Book I have book ID, and borrow table I am getting these two, USN and book ID. So in that case, based on these two, that's what you can see here, where USN dot S dot USN, that student USN should be same as borrower USN, and book ID who is borrowed should be same in a book table as well as borrower table. BK is for book, BO is for borrower. So those two should match, and group them based on how do we group them by a USN and having count. So why we are using count? They have told that should be greater than 2. Should the particular student should have taken a books more than 2. That's the reason having count greater than 2. So how many students I should get now? The students who have taken more than 2 books, it should display here. So this is one student. Who has taken book more than, how many books he has taken? He has taken more than 2. That is S01. So let us go back and verify S01. You can see in this S01 here, he has taken book 1. On which date? Same way consider USN S01, book 1 he has taken. S01 he has taken book 2. S01 he has taken book 3. S01 he has taken book 1. So like this we have to verify that values what is present in the table, whether I am fetching that particular value or not. That's the reason you can see student with the USN number S01 has taken 5 books. So that's what here this query is displayed. Next, display the students whose details who borrowed books more than one author. So now what I have here, more than 2 books, but here more than one author. Suppose you have a DBMS. In DBMS you have one is Navate, one more is Silver Shield. These are the 2 books which we require for the DBMS textbook. So that those students who has taken 2 books, I want those students' name. So that's what here you can see. What I want, same author but different names. So select USN, count, that is author ID, from which tables. Just seeing the question only. Now you can see display student. So I want student table. Details who borrow table, book. In this case we need to add one more table called as the author. So we have to consider how many tables for this query, 4 tables. So that's the reason select USN, count from author, student, borrower, book, author, where you can see how these 2 are linked. That's what primary key and foreign key. Based on this you are linking. That's what USN is a primary key in a student table, but that is also present in a book table, and USN is also present in a book table. So you check these 2. Then book ID is present in a book as well as borrower. So those 2 things you link it. Then author ID is present in author as well as in a book. Compare these 2. Then group all these by using a USN. because we want the USN of the student who is having the author ID greater than 1. Yes. So that's what here you can see, the student who is having S01 USN, S03 V is display the student details who borrowed books more than one author. More than one author. So you can see, go back and see more than one author. So how many authors are there in our thing? A1, A2, like this we have A9. So how should I check? So here you can see book table. So how many authors are repeated? A4 or A4 is 1, 2, 3. How many authors are there? 1, A1, author ID, A2, author ID, A3, A4 and A5. Yes. So like this, we have to compare them. First, what is a comparison we are doing? First, we are comparing USN of student with the book. And we are comparing book ID with borrower table and book table. Then author ID from a author table and a book table. Then group all these and we have to count them because they have told that it should be greater than 1, means more number of authors. So author ID, so that's the reason you can see S1, student with S1 and S3 have borrowed with a different author ID. So let us check back. So this is what. So what is the result we got? You can see here S0. First let us take student S1. So S1 has taken book 1. S1 has taken book 1. S1 has taken book 2. S1 has taken book 3. S1 has taken book 4. So like this we have to fetch. So in the same way, what is one more? S3. Student with a USN number S3. You see here S3 has taken book 3 and S3 has taken book 1. So that's the reason you are getting both the students who have taken more number of books with a different authors. Okay, next, display the book names in descending order of their names. So this is very simple. What you have to do, which table you have to take, display the book names in descending order of the names. So what you have to display the book names in descending order. So displaying this descending order will have an inbuilt function called as a DESC. So what this will do is it will order all your books based on what you want. So here we have told order the book table with the reference to a column book name. So you just click here. So this will be ordered based on your book name. So what is a book name? First is testing, next is SC, S, then R, then O, based on the book name, and that too in a descending order. So that's how it is been done. First, if you go in a reverse ascending, first comes A, then C, then D, O, R, S. But we are saying it should be in a descending order. That's the reason for last comes S, after that R, after that O, after that D, after that C, after that A. So this is what the next query says to us. And last query, last one, list the details of students who borrowed the books which are all published by the same publisher. Means what? List the details of students who have borrowed the book. So which table? Student table. Borrow means borrower table. Book, again book table. Anything else? No. So these three tables we require to be used and fetch the details. So select USN from student table, name from student table, book name from which table? Book table. Publisher is present in a book table. So these details they want. From which tables we can take? Student table we require, book table we want, then a borrower table. Why? Because publisher in that borrower table what we have. So you can see here, go back, in a borrower table USN name and a borrower date. Okay. So then where USN in the student table and the book table should be matching. then book ID in a book table and borrower table should be matching. And what they have told, publisher, specific publisher. What is the query they have told? List the list the details of students who borrowed the books which are published by the same publisher. So you can give here, I've just given what publisher is there in the table. In this table, I have a T's. So that particular publisher details I want. So in that case, student with S01 with the name Devs has taken a book called a ST with the publisher this one. That's what here it is fetching this one. So you can go back and just verify. So TTT is present where? So TTT, yes, come back here. TTT is what? Publisher. Yes, here is one TTT. Then just go back. What is the book number? BK6. And here TTT is BK4. So these two columns will be fetched from this. TTT I have told there. So then what is the author ID? A4. A4. What is the book name? ST. And here A4 is Saru. Then BK4. BK4 and TTT is present in a BK6. So now BK4 and BK6. Then compare with BK4 and BK6. BK4 and BK6. BK4. These two I'll get. And the book name ST. So come back here. Check with your BK4 and what was the thing? BK4 and BK6. Come back here and check. BK4. Student has taken S04. BK4, BK6 is there? Any book ID with BK? No. Only BK4 is present. So S06. S04. So that's the reason you can see here. You'll get a BK S04. S04 is what? Is the student who have taken testing with the, what is the student name? Devs. Which publisher? TTT. We have mentioned in that. That is present in the table. That's about this query. Okay. So last, going back. So this is called as a schema diagram. What is the schema diagram says to us? How many tables we have? We have 5 tables. Branch, student, book, author, and borrower. So in a branch table, which is a primary key? Branch ID. What is USN? USN is a student is one more table. What is a primary key there? USN is a primary key. Book table, book ID is a primary key. Then what is the author ID is a primary key. Borrower, we don't have any keys, but still we have a reference keys. USN is a reference key from a student table, and book ID is a reference from a book table. Along with this, you can see the branch ID is a reference from a branch table to student table. In the same way, in book table, branch ID is a foreign key. So some people will call foreign key, some people will call reference keys. It's one and the same. So branch ID, USN, book ID, author ID are primary keys. Then branch ID is a foreign key in student table, but primary key in a branch table. The same way, in book table, branch ID is a foreign key or referenced from this table, branch ID. Same way, author. So in author ID, this should come here. Author ID is a foreign key in a book table. So then last one, in this table, this we call it as a weak entity. What is weak entity? An entity which is not having any primary keys is called as a weak entity. In the morning class, we have seen how to represent a ER diagram. So this is what it says. Only this table, the last table, that is borrower table, is a weak entity. Whereas other tables are not, because they have a primary keys. So how should I represent these? We'll see in the next diagram. That is a branch. So this, whatever is this particular diagram is called as a schema diagram. For all your 5 programs, whatever is there in the lab, you have to draw this. So what is the first table? Branch table. What is the second table? Student table. What is the book table? Third table. Fourth, author. Last, borrow. What is the primary key? Branch ID, USN, book ID, and author. What are the references or foreign keys? Branch ID is a foreign key in student table. Branch ID and author or foreign keys in book table, which is referred from which tables you have to. This is what the pointing. This pointing says to us, this is referred from which table. So author ID is referred from author table. USN is referred from a student table. Book ID is referred from a book table. So this is what is called as a schema diagram. And one more, in the morning session, I told you ER diagram is compulsory question, not only for your theory exam, but it is required. So 20 marks, definitely you'll get it in your final exam. I'm speaking about final exam. Final exam, definitely you'll be having this diagram. This is what is called as a ER diagram. So what is this ER diagram? Now come back. What is branch? So in branch table, what you have, how many columns you have in your branch table? What is the columns in branch? Branch ID, branch name, HOD. Yes. So branch is what? This is one entity. This branch is one entity. Student is another entity. Book is another entity. Author is another entity. Borrower is another entity. So how should I represent all these? I have to represent all these in a rectangle box. Yes. Then branch ID, branch name, and HOD are attributes. What are all these? Branch ID, branch name, and HOD are all what? Attributes for which entity? Branch table. Then how should I represent them? We have to represent them in this format. You can see in this diagram. First one is branch. So how should I represent? The table is represented in ER diagram as entity. So that this rectangular box is called as an entity. What type? Branch is the type. What are the attributes in a branch? Branch ID, branch name, and HOD. This is what is called as an entity. These are all called the attributes. You can still specify that. You can draw a line here for branch ID saying that this is a primary key. Okay, now come back for a student. Student is one table, and that we are calling with respect to ER diagram as entity. And rest of all these are called as attributes. In student table, we have USN. In student table, we have name, address, and semester. So these are all called as attributes. What is the key here? Which one is a primary key? USN is a primary key. You can add a line here for USN. That shows that this is which type of entity? It is a strong entity because it is having a primary keys. Okay. So next one. What are the other things we have? Author and book. So author is again entity. Author ID, author name, country, and age. Book ID, author. This is author ID, book ID, and publisher. So these are the attributes which are present in the book. Then borrower table is not having any unique keys. It is just having a foreign keys. So then we call it as a weak entity. Yes. So how do I write? Because in borrower we have a USN and book. So that's the reason we can represent like this. What is extra in the borrower table? It is only a borrower date. So then how all these are related? Books. Author writes book. Many authors, one author can write many books. That's the reason 1 to n. The relationship between author and book 1 to n. So then branch. So branch is what? One MCA branch. How many students are studying? There are third semester students, fifth semester students, first semester student. Branch has number of students. MCA branch has third sem students, first sem students, and fifth sem students. That's what 1 to n. This is called as a relationship, and the numbers what we have written, this is called as a mapping, or it is called as a cardinality ratio. The same way, here you can see student can borrow any number of books. Many students can borrow number of books. That's the reason many to many relationship. Many students, yes, there are first sem student, there are third sem student, there are fifth sem students. Many students are there. How many books are there? Third sem books are there, first sem books are there, fifth sem books are also there. So that's the reason students many to many relationship. Then branch. So for MCA, there are many books available. So for MCA, many subjects are there. In that subject, there are so many books. Operating books are there, DBMS books are there, software testing books are there for third semester. In the same way, fifth semester, .NET books are there, OMD books are there. Like this, there are so many. That's the reason it is a one to many. For one department, for MCA department, there are number of books because students are there in all the branches. First sem they are, second sem, third, fourth, fifth. There are so many different subjects are there. So that's the reason it is 1 to n. 1 to n. So this relationship we call it as a mapping. So this is what is called as a ER diagram. So any doubts you can ask me. Any doubts? Why only 33 students have recorded? Okay, now 46. Still it is having only, I think everyone able to see this? You're able to see this Excel sheet? Kanistaa idya? Kanistaa idya na heladnalva attendance sheet anta. So this is what the attendance sheet you can see. I've just clicked on this. So it is showing that Diksha have started at what is the date? 9/9/2020. At what time? What is the thing? What is the duration? Even this is also been shown. She is there till 1 hour 20 minutes. So like this, this automatically will be recorded. You can see here who is the last person who have just recorded, started entering here. So Priyanka, Maithili. So these are the time just now they have logged in. That's the reason I'll be keep stressing you people. You please, or they have logged in, but because I didn't click there at the end, but now I can consider that they are present.
Ma'am.
Yes.
Ma'am, first I logged in with my mobile, ma'am. My mobile was charging low, so I logged in now with laptop. So it is showing last. I attended total class. Murali Krishna, ma'am.
Yeah, you can see here. You are saying, right? See here, Murali Krishna, he is present here. See, Murali Krishna is present here. He has started. See, even if you do 2 times also, it will show me the 2 times. Here in 8th row, you have one Murali Krishna here. One more you can see back. So like this, even we have two things. Here, one more Murali Krishna. Just getting? So how many number of times you log in, it will show me so many number of times, not to worry. But at the end also, yeah, someone was asking something.
Ma'am, from starting I was there, but it's showing 000.
No, that's what just now Murali Krishna has told, no? You would have joined somewhere and again rejoining something.
No, ma'am, from starting I didn't close only. Okay. From starting I was there.
Maithili?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, not to worry. I am just showing you this because this will be recorded saying that you were present. Yes, but okay. I'll give the attendance for this, the people who are present. I just want to show you the sample. Okay, this is about your lab and this is about your attendance part. So any doubts you can ask me. So I'll send you these. You try at home all these queries. Hope so you have already created. The people who have not created, please download 10G. Your friends were saying, no, you can download the 10G which is available in the internet. You can just download and try to practice all this. Any doubts regarding this, you can ask me. Any doubt regarding the first program? So by this, I am ending the first program for today. I will not repeat again the first program. because I have done my work. I have explained, I have executed and showed you all creation commands, insertion commands, even select, describe, and queries also I have executed and showed you, and I have just showed you how the mapping is also there, and even I have showed you ER diagram and schema diagram also. So that is work, complete program is done. So any queries you can ask me. If you're okay, fine. So next class we can start with the second one. Next lab we'll start with the second one. Anything else? Any problem? Any problem, or anywhere you didn't understand, you can ask me. See, one thing, when you're seeing the query, so first you analyze what data is there. So sometimes what it will happen is, and one more thing I just want you people to give you a suggestion is, so this data table, whatever there in the table, no, that should also match according to your queries. Suppose, let me say that in the branch table, you have not entered branch MCA only. Yes, let us assume that this column was not there. Then in query, they have told that MCA students only they require. Then what you have to do? You have to enter one more row by MC. Like this, you have to keep modifying because we are trying this. That's how your queries will execute. And you see to that same data, what I'm sending, you enter it in your tables. Again, if you enter whatever you want, no, your queries will not execute. Based on this only, your queries will fetch the values. Yes, getting any doubts regarding this, you can ask me. I'll just mail you this, whatever I have executed, I'll mail you and you can try out. Any doubt? Shall we stop here?
Okay, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Any doubt, you can ask me, or else I'll just log off. My work is done for today. Any doubts, you can ask me. Please try the programs, hoping that everyone is trying. Once you come back, you may have your internals. So internals, you'll be having first and second query programs, first program and second program, 100% you'll be having for your lab first internal. So that's the reason you please try. And it is very easy. The DBMS lab is very easiest lab, because you should know what is create, what is insert. If you learn one time the syntax, for all 5 it is same, create and insert. Only problem you may face it is queries. Once you execute all the queries and you are well with that, you can complete your DBMS. So for your first internals, you'll be having first lab, first program and second program. Yes, anything else, please? Or else I'll stop. My work is done. Shall we stop? Okay, so I'm just stopping here. I'll just mail this also. I'll stop here. We'll see you in the next lab. For the lab session, next lab. I have to stop recording.